Yo, what is good, YouTube? Now, if you have seen my optimization kind of deep dive on Apex, then this is actually just cut from there, as well as I have made a video on this in the past, but this is such an important thing that I wanted to repost this as a separate video to make sure that everyone sees this info and knows that it's the most up to date. So, again, if you've seen it before, sorry about that. There's nothing new. But if you have not seen this, please watch this and please follow these steps because this is so important for Apex. Like, this is honestly probably the number one most important optimization thing that you can do. With that said, if this video does help you, please leave a like and do subscribe to the channel. So one of the biggest things that you can do if you have a high refresh rate monitor especially is going to be actually making sure that Apex runs in proper full screen mode. So with 99% of games, what you have to do is you just go to your game exe, you right click, properties, compatibility, disable full screen optimizations. So go ahead and do this now. However, this is not actually going to work. We still need to do it, but it's not going to work. Basically, what full screen optimizations is that in Windows 10 and newer, basically full screen programs don't actually run in true full screen. It runs in a fake like borderless mode that is kind of, it's supposed to get the benefits of borderless full screen, like faster tab out time, but it actually does have worse performance with DirectX 11. In DirectX 12 this is fixed, but in DirectX 11 it's pretty bad. It messes up your performance. In Apex especially, I've noticed when I don't have this done, there's quite a bit of stutters and just my performance is actually like worse overall. In some games it's fine, but Apex is like especially bad. As well, if you have multiple monitors with different refresh rates and you have any kind of video content on your second monitor, it can actually affect the refresh rate of your main monitor that the game is playing on. This only happens if you have the game in borderless full screen or if you don't have full screen optimization disabled. It's due to desktop Windows Manager VSync just forced on in Windows 10. Now in Windows 11, there's actually a way to disable that VSync issue. I haven't personally tested it, but if you are on Windows 11, basically what you're going to do is go to your system, display graphics, and you're going to turn on optimizations for windowed games. And that way you can just completely ignore this step. This will actually, it will fix the issue that I just described. So if you're on Windows 11, go ahead and do that now instead of doing the steps I'm going to describe. So for the rest of you, we need to go ahead and make sure that this game runs in proper exclusive full screen mode. Again, better performance, as well as we won't have the issue with second monitors hijacking our refresh rate and messing with it. So if you have, for instance, like a YouTube video open, it can mess it up. And even one of the worst offenders is actually OBS. Even if you have the preview disabled on OBS, having your OBS main window open will actually mess with the refresh rate in borderless full screen games and games with full screen optimizations turned on. So basically, if you're a single PC streamer and you haven't done this step, you've been playing Apex suboptimally. If you use OBS to stream and you don't have this step done, like you've basically been causing unnecessary stutter due to this. To be more clear, you've literally been playing Apex at 60 hertz, even if you paid for like a 240 hertz monitor and you're running at 240 FPS if you have this issue. So this is actually a huge thing that like a lot of people don't realize, that OBS does this as well. So the way we need to fix this, because just checking the box for whatever reason, Apex doesn't work. Apex is just kind of quirky like that. It just doesn't listen to you. We actually have to edit our registry, which I know sounds scary, but it's actually like there's no way that you can damage your PC or anything. So go ahead and press your start Windows key, or just go to your start menu and type regedit. If you have like user account control or whatever enabled, it might like pop up a message. And we're gonna go to H key current user system game config store. Now, first of all, we're going to actually click on game DVR enabled. We're going to hit 0 if that's not already on 0. This is just like some extra Windows bullcrap that we want to turn off. But that's not the main thing. So click on game config store, children, and then hit Control F for find, and we're going to type R5 Apex. Now, if you're lucky, it will just go right here. It'll just find it, match exe full path. You'll see a folder like this. If it keeps on searching and it doesn't find something from this set of keys that we looked in, then basically it's an issue with your Windows version and you're not going to be able to do this fix. I have had issues where on some custom versions of Windows, this key just like doesn't show up. I believe on anything like Windows NT, like server based, you can't do this fix. So if that is the case and you really, really want to fix this, you're going to have to reinstall Windows. I recommend you can either just do it through Microsoft, just regular old Windows 10, or you can use what I'm using, which is RevUS. That has this key. That will work. If you never run the game, also you won't have this key, so make sure you've run the game, of course. Like if you're doing first time setup on a new PC or you just recently reinstalled, make sure you do that. But assuming that we found this, what we need to do is we need to change flags. So by default, it's going to be on 11. We need to change this to 211, hit OK, close this, restart your PC just to be safe, but you probably don't have to. Now, the way that we can test this is if you change your Windows volume with like a volume key on your keyboard, or if you have like Spotify or something and you have like the overlay and you can just hit like play pause on your key, basically none of that kind of overlay stuff will show up when you're in an exclusive full screen application. So if that stuff is showing up, then it didn't work. But if it's not showing up, then that means that it worked and you fix it. Okay, so now that we've done that, the game should be running in proper exclusive full screen mode. It is going to take longer to tab in and out of the game. That is unfortunate. However, it is absolutely worth it, as you are going to be getting better performance and you're not going to be having as much stuttering, as well as we're going to fix the refresh rate issue with multiple monitors. So this is one of the most important steps that you can do for Apex to make it run smoothly. I really, really recommend you do this.